Hi guys, welcome back. This is episode 2, right?
Yep.
Not get ahead of
Yeah.
ourselves. Episode 2 of Outdoors with Bradley and
Darren.
all right. So we hope you enjoyed last week's episode. You know, it was just kind of an introduction of what we're going to be doing in our channel. You know, what we're trying to accomplish, everything like that. So, hope you tuned in. So this week we've got our weapons laid out. Just a few of them, not too many of them. We didn't bring them all out.
Yeah.
But tonight it's pretty much going to be what we're going to be using this deer season. I've got 2 here. Darren, he has 3. So just kind of, you know, a couple different variations, couple different setups of, you know, what we're going to be using. I of course have my good trusty gun here, and then my new gun that I haven't shot yet. So, you know, that's where we're at tonight. So, Darren, I'll let you go first with your weapons. You brought more, so I'll let you, you know, go through all yours, and then I'll get into my 2 over here.
All right. First and foremost, I just want to let everybody know we've already cleared these weapons.
Yes.
Everything's clear, so just so everybody knows. Right here on my left, I think it's your guys' right. It's my Remington 700 Tactical 308. It's what I've used. It's what I've carried for the longest time. I've shot it the most. I've put hundreds of rounds through that thing. Very comfortable with it.
Yeah.
What I've been carrying is a 150 grain 308, just Super X. Just your everyday kind of go to the store, buy a nice, inexpensive round to shoot with, to hunt with.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this caliber or this cartridge right here, that's, I'm gonna say like 75% of your deer hunters use that round right there. I mean, it's reliable. You don't have any malfunctions out of it. It pretty much just bulldozes through everything that you shoot it through.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the ballistic tips here that I shoot. You know, those right there, you got to be kind of ready to open, shoot out in the open and clear, just in case something does hit this ballistic tip right here and it kind of, you know, fragments before it gets to your target.
Yeah.
So anyway,
off course.
yeah, you definitely don't want that. I actually had it happen. We'll get into that in a minute.
So next up, Savage Axis XP, chambered at 6.5 Creedmoor. Smaller round, a little bit lighter. This one is a 135 grain Federal Premium. Haven't even shot it yet. Don't know what it's going to do. Don't know how it's going to act.
Like this bad boy.
Yeah. So eventually, maybe we'll try to show you guys a little bit of maybe some shooting action. But anyway,
I got my little son Tucker running around with us. He's,
we're trying to teach him a little bit about gun safety.
Yeah. We got him over there out of the way now, but we do practice it around our kids. He knows especially not to play with any kind of gun. And we're pretty strict about it, so he knows better than play with them like they're toys.
And then last, certainly not least, is the Henry lever action 4570. This here is just a monster.
Yeah,
I mean it'll bulldoze through anything. 300 grain.
It's kind of something that's, you know, for deer hunting, you're like, maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
But, you know, my granddaddy, he actually hunted with a 444 Marlin lever action, and you talking about a chunk.
Yeah.
That thing was a beast.
I mean, even on the box of ammo, again, Winchester Super X, deer, elk, and black bear.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I mean, have a mixture of everything.
So, that's just probably what I'm going to be using this season. If we get into some thick stuff, obviously the 4570 is going to come out. I'm just going to try to plow through it. If I see one.
Shouldn't have no problem. Shouldn't have no problem.
But I'm definitely going to try to use the Savage this year. I want to try something new.
I'm telling you, man, the Savage is my go-to. I have 3.
Yeah.
I've got my trusty 7mm, which is the Savage 110. And then I've also got a Savage XP 30-06, and then I've got a Savage XP2 in 308, which is actually my son's gun. I got all of those guns, but this one right here, you know, like I said, this is my long action 7mm Savage 110 with I'm running a Vortex Viper Crossfire 2 4x12x44 with the BDC scope on it. This is,
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mouthful, but you know, we got it out. This is my meat gun right here. You know, I'm very, very comfortable with it, and I think we mentioned last week that I've actually hunted with that gun for 6 solid years, and I know, you know, a lot of people have hunted with guns 20 years, whatever, but, you know, when people steal your guns, you kind of have to start over.
Yeah.
So I started with this, you know, cheap gun. I mean, it's like,
I was saying, I picked this one up. It was used, but $300.
yeah. And I think this one brand new with the Bushnell scope, which I ran forever.
Yeah,
The factory Bushnell scope, I think it was like, you know, 400 and some change after tax and everything. I bought it from my brother who bought it brand new, but never used it, and I got it from him, and I love it. You know, I'm comfortable with it. I'm accurate with it. I don't worry with it. So that's going to be my main one. And with it, I'm shooting the Winchester Black ballistic silver tips in 150 grain. That's what I've always shot. That's what I've sighted the gun in from the day I started shooting it. I've had it 6 years, like I said, and that's all I've shot out of 6 years. This gun and this ammo combination right here is consistent. It's accurate. I usually, after season, I'll bring it out when we're getting ready. Sounds like we got some action going on. Good thing we're ready here.
Yeah, really.
But I've got, you know, usually every year I take it out of the safe and I fire one shot, and that's what I call my fouling shot. Because this gun right here actually shoots better when it's dirty.
Yeah.
Like when I'll be 0 to 100 and I'll be within the bullseye. The first time I take it out and shoot it after I've shot it clean, it'll be, you know, 6 inches to the left and 4 inches high.
Yeah.
But then I'll shoot again, bullseye.
Right on.
So this gun right here don't get clean. You know, it goes in the woods, it gets shot all year. I'll wipe it down before I put it in the safe at the end of the season, and that's it. So that's going to be probably my main one. This one here is a new one I got. This is the Ruger American 450 Bushmaster. Don't really know why I got it. You know, just kind of wanted something different.
Something new.
Oh yeah, you know, everybody shoots a 308, 300, 270, 25-06, 7 mag, and I was like, what's something different? So went with the 450 Bushmaster. You know, this is I can't remember what kind of camo pattern they call this, but it's through Ruger, and then, you know, I got the Cerakoted barrel in action with a 6-hour Whiskey 3 3x9x50 scope on it. And with it, I'm going to be running the Hornady Black ballistic tips. And those are, I think I said 250 grains, I believe. So, you know, those right there, and that's kind of what we're going to get into later. You know, you got your lighter caliber rounds here that shoot a little flatter than your heavy calibers here. We're going to talk about bullet drop.
Yeah.
So, with this one here, let's say we're 0'd at 100. We're 0'd at 100 yards. That means 100 yards, you know, we're hitting bullseye every time, no worries. We don't have to compensate for bullet drop or anything like that. Now, you move out to 200, you're going down 4 inches. That means you got to move your crosshairs 4 inches. Then let's go out to 300 yards. What do you think it is, 300 yards?
It's probably pretty far.
19 inches.
Yeah.
19 inches.
That's, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's over 1.5 feet.
Yeah,
So,
and, you know,
you figure at 200 yards, especially, I mean, you guys can see down there to the end of the field, that's about 200 yards. So that's a decent shot.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a big bullet to be carrying that far.
It is. You know, it's 250 grains. Like we said, it's a straight neck cartridge. So it's
yeah, that's about like the 4570. Yep. We brought these boxes of ammo out.
Except me, I forgot my 450 at home.
Yeah.
You know,
but you know, everybody's kind of looked on the back or, you know, whatever on their ballistics table on their ammo, and where your zero is, obviously, you know, for some of those new hunters out there, I don't know if you need to know this, but where your zero is, that's where they're thinking you're going to have your zero on your rifle. So for the 4570, its zero is 100 yards, and at 200 yards, I'm already dropping 12.5 inches.
yeah. So now let's compare that to the 7 mag here, which is 150 grains, and a little more aerodynamic. It's a boat tail, so it's not gonna, you know, have the big chunk of lead coming out. You know, you can definitely see the difference there. But so we'll say here we're 0'd at 200 yards, and if we go out 100 yards, we're dropping 6 inches. So half.
Yeah.
You know, we're dropping half the distance you would be, and you know, if you go from 0 to 300 yards, you're 42 inches down.
Yeah.
So you know, it's you got to make sure you pair your weapon with your situation, because this gun right here, if I'm on one of our long ranges at my hunting club, I'm definitely not going to take this to try to shoot 175. I could, but I'm not going to feel as comfortable with this. You know, 300 yards, definitely not going to take it. This one right here, I shot an 8-point last or year before last at 275 yards and nobody's business. And I know that don't seem like a long shot to some people, but you know, in Alabama, it's a pretty long shot. You know, you're lucky to get, you know, usually over 150 yards, but his 8-point, he come out in the bottom of a field from me, and I shot him. He dropped.
Yeah. So, you know, just going back to the ammo, 6.5 Creedmoor at, if you zero at 200 yards, at 100 yards, you're positive almost 2 inches.
Yeah.
So, at 2 inches, you're dropping the ammo.
And it's just the
If you get a
7
good
mag,
hit.
you're 1.3 inches.
Yeah.
So again, you know, everybody likes to hold, oh, I can hold a, you know, an 1/8 of an inch pattern at 100 or 300 yards, whatever. You don't have to do that. It's just like when people talk about shooting their bow and they're like, I shot 80 times today and, you know, I was able to group 80 within, you know, a dinner plate. I was like, well, what about your first shot?
Yeah.
Because that's what you need to practice and concentrate on, especially with a bow, is your first shot. Because with a bow, 90% of the time, you're not going to get a second shot.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that first shot is perfect. And this right here, you know, if you take it out like I do, just take it out, set it up on the lead sled, pull the trigger the first time it hits in the bullseye. I'm done. I am done. I'm not shooting anymore. I'm not wasting my because these are $44 a box.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely not going to sit there and just waste those sighting in when I know I can hit something one shot.
Yeah.
In the bullseye. So I'm done.
So, yeah. I mean, when you're talking the aerodynamic calibers, we'll say, you know, your lightweight calibers, distance isn't really as big of a problem as these big heavy ones right here.
Yeah, these right here, I mean, pretty much like what we're talking about is, you know, on these bullets here, you have, you know, kind of a point shape on the end, and it kind of comes down to almost like a football on the end, and then these right here, you're pretty much flat and flat. With the 450 though, you do have an option to get a little bit more of a pointed edge or a pointed tip on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Hornady blacks are. They're very similar to this. They got the red ballistic tip on it, and they're more of a pointed type round versus a flat, you know, lead core locker.
Yeah.
We'll find something.
I say he's in the bed of the truck.
Okay. All right. Then.
We're still good.
Yeah, we know where he
Still
is.
good.
He's good.
I can peek around and see.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. We got more.
I'll say it must be some big action going on.
I don't see nothing here.
Ain't nothing here. There is. They're about to have a bad day.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So,
what other advice do you have for somebody like myself that's just getting into hunting? When you're looking at all, I mean, you got to figure between all these 5 weapons, we've got a lot of money here.
yeah,
And,
you do. And
Options. I mean, when you're thinking, okay, I'm getting started hunting, I'd be hunting a property something like this, where maybe 150 yards would be your max shot, maybe 200. What would be your recommendation?
so for me, it definitely wouldn't be one of the lighter calibers, like a 308 or a 25-06 or 6.5, something like. It wouldn't be that. It would be more along the lines of like a 270, a 7 mag, a 30-06, something that has the power to get through the brush and stuff. Because, you know, a lot of people hunt with 270. It's actually, you know, one of the most popular rounds, and they hunt this and they have no problem.
Yeah.
I hunted with a 7 mag, no problem. I hunted it with a 30-30 for years, and I'd shoot through anything.
Yeah.
What, buddy? Hang on. So yeah, 30-30. Well, bring it here.
All right, guys, welcome back. Sorry we had to take a little break.
Yeah, well, just a small break. You know, no issue. You got a 4-year-old running around. He's going to draw your attention away every little bit. So, Darren, what was we talking about before the break?
A new hunter.
Okay.
What you recommended? You were saying a 270.
Yeah, you know, it comes down to what you really feel comfortable with, right?
Yeah.
So me, when I first started hunting, I shot a 30-30 Winchester Model 94 lever action.
And
100,
man, 30-30. I mean, that's a common round.
yeah,
It's a good shooting gun.
yeah. You have one.
I do.
I have two actually. I have a lever action on Winchester Model 94 and a Springfield bolt action.
Yeah.
30-30.
That's a sweet gun.
Yeah. So you know, it really kind of comes down to a couple different factors, right? First thing is going to be something you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
You definitely want to get something that you feel comfortable toting around a lot, that you can, you know, you can throw up and get on target pretty quick, and you're just comfortable shooting to where you're not flinching or you're trying to compensate for the recoil or anything like that. You want to get something that you can just boom and you're done.
Yeah. Something that is easily manageable, like you said, in that
Yeah.
recoil. And it maybe a new shooter, a new hunter, something like that. That might be a new experience to them.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. You know, there's a lot of me. Whenever I started deer hunting, I had never the biggest gun I'd ever shot was a 410, and I had got we were actually hunting in a management area. Me and my dad and one of his buddies, we were hunting a management area, and we were just taking a break at lunchtime. He said, "Hit that cannon, and we're gonna go home." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, shoot that cannon, and we're gonna go home." I said, "Okay." So I got in the bed of the truck, and me, 12 years old, I'm like, "Is this gonna kick really bad?" He's like, "It's gonna knock you on the other side of the truck." I'm like, "I don't want to." And of course, it's a 30-30, but I was scared of that recoil.
Yeah.
Because I never shot something like that before. So that's something that you definitely want to take into consideration is how you're going to react to the weapon.
Yeah.
Now it's just whatever, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But that definitely get something you can shoot with. And honestly, get something affordable.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't try to break the budget.
Yeah.
Try
Don't go buy something like this for your first deer hunting gun.
Yeah.
Don't. Get something like this or like this. And this right here wasn't bad, but I don't think a first time hunter is going to go out with a
Not with
450 Bushmaster shooting 250 grains. I don't think that something along the lines of a lot of people now, since the 6.5 has come out, that's what a lot of people are going with now is a 6.5 as their first gun because it's got plenty of knockdown power, it's got plenty of distance capabilities to it, and it's not a heavy recoil gun.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't shot this one yet, but everything I've researched, I always do a lot of research, as you guys should too, before you buy any, for sure, before you make any purchase, especially a weapon. It's not a very hard hitting round as far as into your shoulder.
No.
So, and that's when you're getting old like us, and your shoulders are bad, you want something that's not gonna try to break your shoulder.
For sure.
So on the other aspect, when I'm looking into it, somebody that has shot for a long time but has never really hunted, I've owned this gun for probably 6-7 years. I've shot it like I was saying earlier. I've shot hundreds of rounds through it. I'm extremely comfortable with it, but it's heavy. I mean, this is a fully synthetic or kind of rubberized stock with a big scope on it, and it's a heavy.
Also got the bull barrel. On it.
Yeah, it does have a heavy barrel on it too. So it's a heavy gun. And when you're trying to climb up in a climbing stand up into a tree, it's not fun. So that's kind of why I went with the Savage. Lighter barrel, lighter weapon, synthetic stock, lightweight. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
It makes the overall experience a little better.
More enjoyable.
Yeah, because like crap, I gotta lug this heavy gun around everywhere and all that. And now you got something you just throw on there, hammer down, not worry with it, not have to worry about lugging this heavy brick around or anything like that.
And then this one, this was a gift from my wife, but I told her I do want to harvest a deer with it, and then that'll probably be it. But this is not something you take into the woods and beat around.
No, this is. I mean, I know you can't see it up there, but it's the whole action here is engraved with you got a moose head and then some leaf and things like that. Definitely not something you want to take in the woods.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, the 444 Marlin that I was talking about earlier that my granddad hunted with. it looks very similar to that, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like what my uncle, he inherited the gun after my granddaddy passed away. So my granddaddy, he killed a big deer with it. He's got it mounted in his house. We took that gun to Wisconsin. My uncle killed a big deer with it, and then he also let my cousin, which has now passed away as well, kill a deer with it too. So it's now been through 3 generations of harvesting animals.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do is, let every generation.
Yeah, and that's
Take an
cool.
animal with it.
That's something that I'd like to do with this one.
Yeah, I mean, and,
So-
I value guns more than some people. Some people just like, whatever, I'll use it and I'll sell it, whatever. I don't like to sell guns. They all have a little bit of sentimental value to me.
Yeah.
I'm all friends with them or whatever, so I like to pet them and everything. But
I'll have to get them out and look at them.
Yeah.
Rub them down.
that's actually what I did this weekend. I took all mine out, dropped them down with Remington oil, put them back in the safe. Got some dehumidifier back in there. So, I definitely like to take care of my guns. I hate them getting wet.
Oh yeah,
I do not
I'm the
like
same way.
I do not like getting wet. So, this is our setup. I don't know what else you were wanting to talk about.
I think that's probably good for this episode.
I know one gun that I should have brought that I just now remembered was my muzzle loader.
Yeah.
I love
brought that.
that muzzle loader. We'll get that. That could be a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
On down the road that we can cover. I
Somebody
just
doing some shooting right
yeah,
now.
I just
It's Alabama.
yeah, it's Alabama. We was actually at a wedding the other day. My cousin, somebody unloaded AR-15 about 4 bags worth over behind him. But yeah, like I said, we'll get on shotguns next week.
Yeah.
Because
we'll do some
actually
shotguns.
next week is the week countdown till dove season.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great topic.
So yeah, we can bring out shotguns. I've got a few. I think you've got a few
I've got
shotguns too.
a couple.
I got a couple for some different situations, and then as we get on, we can go into my muzzle loader too. I got it last year, and it's I love that thing. Didn't know I would, but I did.
Well, like you guys can see, it's starting to get dark here in Alabama. If you can even see us right now. But thanks for tuning in. We're really enjoying the support right now.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Every day we check and we see how many views we got, how many subscribers we got.
Yeah, we're
So
trying.
please like, subscribe, ring the bell for the notifications. That
Yeah,
way you know
pass the
whenever
word.
we get. Yeah, pass the word around. Where the bugs are coming out
Yeah, those
rough right now.
those skeeters are coming out.
Yeah. But really, thanks for everybody for watching. Like I said, we really like doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun and informative for new people.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Enjoy.
So until next time, I'm Darren.
I'm Bradley or Nug.
And
What's your name? What? Tucker.
And
All
Tucker.
right. Well, hey, what kind of gun do you want to hunt with?
My birthday gun that you gave me.
Your birthday gun that I gave you. All right, then. That's what we'll hunt with, buddy. So,
All right.
yeah, I guess till next week.
yeah. Till next time, we'll
We
see y'all
appreciate it.
later.
See y'all.